Hello guys, welcome to another session. So today in this video, I'm going to share with you a secret technique, in fact, a cheat code for UPSC Prelims, something you might not have heard before from any of your mentors or coaching institute or any YouTube channel or even, any book also. See, what I'm going to discuss is a practical strategy and in fact carefully decoded after analyzing 30 years of UPSC Prelims papers and successfully executed across 4 consecutive years 2020, 2021, 2022, 2023 by my mentees and my friends also. So if you can understand and apply whatever I'm going to discuss this hack, you can easily gain an edge of maybe 10 to 15 marks just by smart guessing. See, even when the question feels impossible. So let's start this and you will understand the core principle. The ultimate hack is, see, UPSC often frame questions based on two hidden patterns. Now, understand this first, and then we will take up the questions also. So, two hidden pattern is there. So they'll ask questions from big personalities and small personalities. So when you look at the big personalities, they ask about small and trivial details related to them because they want you to know each and every facts about that person. So big personality, UPSC ask about small and trivial details related to them because here, see, big personality, of course, the big achievements and everything, right? So you need to look at, or you need to carefully look at the small, even I'll give you examples also. Mahatma Gandhi's small minor facts they have asked about. Again, if you look at the small personalities, so about them, UPSC ask about, major and path-breaking contributions. So in short, what I want to tell you is big person, small action is asked, small person, big action is asked. So if you understood this simple rule, you can crack even the most random and difficult looking question also logically. So I'll give you examples also. You can see, I'll give you years and I'll give you the question type. I don't have anything to show here, so you can go back to that particular PYQ and you can solve also. Okay. So if you take an example, 2020, the question is about first monthly journal for untouchables. So first monthly journal for untouchables. So here the answer is Gopal Baba Valankar. So it's a small figure, but for him it's a big action. Now some of you might see untouchable, so you may connect it with Gandhi, Ambedkar. So if you follow this rule that I have discussed, right? So first monthly journal is something very good, right? So the chances of that they will ask directly connected with Gandhi and Ambedkar is very less. So you can basically eliminate this. If you don't know, I'm talking about if you know this, it's well and good. If you don't know, see, this is something which is good, right? First monthly journal for untouchable, something which is a very good achievement. So Gandhi and Ambedkar I ignore by using this elimination techniques, and I'll go for Gopal Baba Valankar. So that's one example that I've taken. This may be slightly difficult for you, but if I have the exact question, then you will understand the scenario and you will be able to appreciate it. Again, if you look at 2021 example, songs from prison. See, there's a very obscure work related to Gandhi. So despite being a big figure, UPSC asked about a minor work of Gandhi, Songs from Prison 2021. Go back to that paper. I want you to do this work so that you will understand and you will be able to appreciate it well. You'll be able to remember also. This is a way, this is a small thing, and the answer was related to big figure. Okay. So similarly, 2022, if I want to give an example, translation of Yoga Vasistha into Persian. So it's a trivial event during Akbar's time, right? So trivial things are mapped with big rulers. That way you can remember. So I told you in the beginning itself. So big personalities, small and trivial details. Small personalities, major and path-breaking contributions. So big person, small action, small person, big action. That's the connection that you have to get. Now, some of you may not accept this. Some of you may not appreciate this, but if you look at these questions and if you look at the patterns which has been asked, you will be able to appreciate it to an extent. I told you, this is not the 100% way to crack the exam. If you are stuck and if you realize that I want to score some more to get that edge, then this is one of the strategies. See, we follow a lot of strategies, out of which this is one pattern that we have identified. And based on the pattern, we are going to crack it intelligently. So understand, if you're sure about the questions and if you're sure about the answers and you're able to crack the exam even without doing such kind of works, still in that case it is not required. So this is required when you are stuck, you think you are in the border and I need some more question to attempt. In that situation only you will be making this kind of guess. Okay, so this is based on elimination strategy. Again, 2023, one example is there. Who constructed a dam across Tungabhadra River? So, Vijayanagar Empire. So, among the unfamiliar names, what you can do, pick the relatively well-known ruler, Devaraya, right? So, again, 2024 example, if I want to give permission to Portuguese for fort construction at Bhatkal. So, Krishna Devaraya, so, which is a big name, which is associated with Vijayanagar. So, you go through these examples that I have discussed, then you will understand the pattern. Now, the bigger question is why this technique works so consistently. See, guys, think about this logically. UPSC expect extreme detailing about major personality. Even their minor work you should be knowing. So, for example, Mahatma Gandhi, you should be knowing everything about Mahatma Gandhi. Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, you should be knowing because these are major personalities, important personalities. So, you should be knowing everything. But again, UPSC highlights major events also. But see, major personalities, you should be knowing everything, even the minor details. So they're giving importance to that major personalities as a respect. At the same time, UPSC highlight major events, even if it is done by relatively unknown figure. So you might have forgotten these personalities, but the events remain. That is important. That's why the untouchable related question was asked. So that pattern is consistently repeated for the last 5 years if you look at it, and it is logically sounds good also, right? So it is obvious that important personalities, you should be knowing everything about them. At the same time, even if it's a small figure, but if you have done something big, that event should be remembered. That's the reason why big event, small personalities is asked. So the pattern that basically help you, I'm not saying to pick the right answer, but to eliminate the wrong answers. I hope you got my idea. So 2025, when you're taking the prelims, whenever you see a tough, random, unfamiliar question, first you have to leave it because you need to check whether whatever knowledge you have, will you be able to crack it. Second, what you're going to do is you're going to use that 50-50, right? If you're able to eliminate, at least if you're stuck between A and B or B and C or between two options, then you will be taking that 50-50 probability. After that only you'll be going for this. So it's about a small achievement. If you see, then lean towards big famous personality. So you may think this is a small thing, it might not be Gandhi, it might not be Ambedkar, it might be a small person. No, the pattern is different. You need to understand the pattern. Here again, I'm telling you, we are realizing the pattern, we are taking an intelligent guess, which is an intelligent risk also, which is a calculated risk. It's not 100% true. So small achievement, try to connect with big famous personality because they are thinking what you will connect it with some small person because you have not heard about this achievement. So you may connect it with some small people, but that may not be the case. So again, it's about big revolutionary act. Sometimes if it is a big revolutionary act, you might have already studied under big person, right? If you are not able to connect a big event with the non-person, then of course relatively less famous person will be the correct answer. So I repeat, if it's about small facts, small achievement, try to connect it with big famous personality. If it's big revolutionary act in which you are not familiar with, you're not able to connect with any of the familiar name, then that will be less famous name. Don't try to chase a bigger name there. Okay, like the way I told you, Ambedkar and Gandhi, I have ignored and eliminated when it comes to that journal of untouchables. So apply the structured elimination logically. I want you to use a logic and I want you to have the common sense also if you are following this. But there's a pattern which I have seen, which we have observed, which my mentees have practiced and implemented also, and it worked as well. So this will definitely improve your hit rate dramatically. Try to practice it. That's something which will give you confidence also. Again, let me tell you, this is not random guessing. Are we doing it random? I've told you the logic, I've told you the reason, and I've shown you the evidences also, right? And examples as well. So it's a very structured, evidence-backed guessing based on UPSC's own behavior, which we cracked it. Okay, so basically what I want to tell you is UPSC expect what is expecting from you deep detailing of big names, major events from lesser known personalities. So apply the big person, small action, and small person, big action hack smartly in the exam. And see, it has worked from 2020 till 2024 and will likely work in 2025 too. History repeats. And focus on building structured thinking, not just content dumping. So trust the logic, decode the patterns, and solve the so-called untouchable questions smartly. And finally, remember guys, in UPSC Prelims, smart thinking wins over blind preparation. So that's all what I want to discuss in this video. Thank you so much for listening. I hope you got some value. If you feel that this is not going to be useful for you, just ignore it. You anyway are well prepared, and I wish you all the best for your prelims. This is only when you have done with your first round, you have done with your second round where you're attempting that 50-50, and when you go for the third round, that's when you're going for the strategy, not in your first round, not in your second round. So I hope you got, then it makes sense, right? It have to make sense, because first round, second round, you will understand whether you're going to clear it or not. If so, you will not be going for the third round. If the situation demands you to go to the third round, this is something which definitely you can apply, and it will definitely reward you. So that's it guys. Thank you so much.